looking for ways that I can involve my family into that while still giving myself the time that I need. Because I think that we should bring our children into this to show them what is it like to wake up and have some responsibility, have some routine, but also to spend some time together in the morning before the day gets away from us. Because boy, once 9 o'clock hits, it's like, it just see you later day.
So, I mean, that's one of the things I was contemplating this week of the morning routine aspect of, I mean, the assumption would be you do these things because they're, it's how you want your day to go, but also probably because you believe they're good for you. Mm-hmm. So the natural follow-up to that would be, well, if it's good for you, is it not good for your kid or your kids? And should you get them involved, and should they be doing the same thing? So I'm curious, maybe that we're getting to this too soon. I don't know, but it came up. So how do you get your family involved, and what does it look like with kids? I mean, you've got your kids are 8
and 6.
Yep. 6. So what does that look like around your house with getting your kids involved with your morning routine?
Well, so they're homeschooled, so we don't have an alarm set for them. You know, if they wake up at 6 a.m. and we go, hey, go back to bed, and they're like, no, I'm feeling good. Like, I want to get up and go. Okay. If they wake up at 7 and we go, hey, go back and get some rest. Oh, I'm good. And sometimes we say, go back and get some rest. And they're like, okay. And they crawl back in and they fall asleep for another hour or whatever it is. And then there's days that they'll sleep till 8. And so what I know that I have to do is they ain't getting up at 5. So if I get up at 5 or if I get up at 6, I have at least an hour of uninterrupted time. So it's my responsibility to get up early enough to, no matter what, it's not going to be disturbed. So I can at least get those essential things in. And of those, you know, the chores take 8 minutes. Making coffee makes 5. You know, the quiet time is really that's what I need the time for. And so that one is an interesting one. That's how I bring the family in. And then also with the training. So my son has been very interested in exercising with us. I have not pushed this on him. Like, when I was younger, it was highly encouraged to play sports and to train and those types of things. And I didn't necessarily have an example of that. My dad wasn't that guy that was up every day at 6 a.m. and would get after it in the gym. There was a period where he did that so that I would, but like, I don't remember ever being really excited to wake up at 6 a.m. and say, hey, let's go train. He is that right now. Yeah. But he's doing that right now. Like, he'll ask me the night before, can I set my alarm? I'm like, buddy, you'll wake up when your body's ready to wake up. Like, don't worry about alarms. You're too young for that crap. Like, don't. You'll have plenty of time in your years to wake up to an alarm. So I basically want you to wake up rested and then passionate about whatever you're going to do when you start the day. So bringing in the family, that's part of the discussion, is the night before, just that conversation of, hey man, if you're ready, your body will let you know that you're ready. So he's been excited about training. He came and trained with us this morning. We did some deadlifts, we did some pull-ups, some cleans, and we sprinted up a hill. And
Can you do a pull-up?
He did body rows. He can do 1.5 pull-ups, but he does body rows. So we're trying to strengthen him up with the supine body rows.
Sweet.
So anyway, he jumped in with us and he's there. So that's huge. Like, he's seeing mom and dad train. He's seeing us make it a priority. A buddy of mine comes over and trains with us. So he sees us kind of collaborating and talking and being social and chewing the fat and busting each other's balls and doing the whole thing. And he gets to be a part of that. And then he also gets the physical activity benefits of that. So I think, but anytime, so I'm circling around the question, as far as bringing in the family, very specifically, everything has happened organically. I have not said you need to come train with us, or no, you're not allowed to train with us. The biggest challenge has been not that, because that's at 6 a.m. So it's not as consistent. It's the quiet time that happens after that, around 6:45, 7 o'clock, when I'm done training. And I'll sit there, I'll have my Bible out, I'll have my journal out, and I'm kind of reading through some scripture, or I'm writing, and they'll come out in the middle of that. And my kids in the morning aren't like wild and crazy. They kind of come up and cuddle up on you. So they come and see that, like, I've made this a priority in the morning. They see this as a normal thing for us. And again, it's organic. Like, I'm not waking them up and say, come look at me, I'm journaling, come watch me write, Right. So everything that they've been involved in the morning routine has been just a natural progression. So
how do you balance one of the challenges I encounter with kids and trying to have some quiet time, right? You want and need some of that alone time, quiet, actual, like literal quiet time with thoughts and with reading and journaling and things like that. How do you balance that with kids who come interrupt that? Do you say, hey, I just need to welcome them in, or do you say, hey, I need 5 more minutes, or what does that look like?
It's both. Like if it depends on the day, it depends on what I'm reading, it depends on what I'm writing about. But it's all of those things. So I would say it's more dynamic than kind of rigid in that way, where ideally I do want them to sit there and hang out. Like the morning time is my favorite. Nighttime's fun, but with the nighttime, they are fighting sleep. So they're trying to make deals with me. Whereas in the morning, they're just there and they're kind of, it's almost like a second sleep or something, you know? Yep. And so I enjoy that because they're not, you know, my son asked me a million questions at night because he's trying to fight going to bed and wants me to hang out and stuff like that. So then I'm like, buddy, Minecraft is $29. No, you can't buy it yet. Yes, I know it's your money. Yes. Do you want to, and it's just because it's almost like as soon as 10 o'clock hits at 10 a.m., from then on, it's all those like, bam, bam, just repetitive questions. But that there's a nice window in the morning where it's like there's a calm before the storm, I guess. Yeah. So I play that one by ear, and they know now too. I mean, part of that whole thing is that you're having the conversation about it. It's a conversation starter. It's, hey, I need to finish this real quick, and they're seeing that I'm not on my phone, I'm not on my computer. I have this scripture out that for us is a important piece in our daily lives. So they're seeing that, yes, I'm prioritizing something over them, but we're explaining why. Like, I need this so that I can be a good dad for you. But that is shared. It's not just go over in the corner and shut up. It's, this is important. And so that begins the conversation. Does that answer it?
Kind of yeah, for sure. Do you parlay that into them having